one-year hiatus, Tata is officially back in South Africa, and they've come guns blazing with a few models under their wing. Now, this is the Tata Curvv, which I feel is the more futuristic of the lot. Let's talk a little bit about the design, because I think that's what stands out about this car and what turns heads. The front end bears a symmetrical grille with chrome details, LED daytime running lights, and you also have these big housings for the lights on either side. So I do think the front really looks quite attractive. So let's move over to the side profile. We'll start with the tires. You have these 18-inch multi-spoke wheels. It also has black plastic cladding across the whole car as a trim, blacked out side mirrors, and you also have a blacked out roof line as well. One thing I absolutely dislike has to be these flush door handles. It's so flimsy. I do think it feels like it's going to break, and it's not the easiest to open, especially when you do have things in your hand. So if you really can stop this, please do. Moving over to the rear of the car, which I feel is the party. You have the singular light tailpiece, which has this maybe Lamborghini sort of inspired design. Not mad at it. You also have those housings as well on both sides that have the rear lights. Now let's look at the boot space, which is massive tons, 500 liters worth of boot space. And I do think it's one of the biggest in that segment. Of course, in the top end car, you do have an electric tailgate. On this one, you have to just use your muscles. As you can see, it does say premium. It does say soft touch materials. It's got this deep maroon sort of colored interior theme inside. On the seats, a bit of the dash area as well as the side panels. In front of us, you have a 10.5-inch infotainment screen, has Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. You also do have your flat bottom steering wheel in front of you. What I do not like about the steering wheel is that it does not have a telescopic reach. So you can adjust it up or down, but you cannot go in or out. So I do think they missed the mark with that. One other thing that they definitely missed the mark with has to be cup holders, because there's nothing on the side of the doors. This is where you find your cup holder. So as a driver, you have to reach across the passenger side and find your cup holder on the other side, which is totally insane and inconvenient, never mind so unsafe. That is very strange. This derivative gets a panoramic sunroof, which the baseline model does not get. The Curvv, I must say, I also was quite impressed by the sound system. These are JBL speakers, 8 surround speakers all around the car. So that, I must say, I'm completely impressed with. You're my boo thing. Like, whoa, don't I know? I know. Hey, 8 surround speakers and a subwoofer. Ooh, let's go. So I've been driving this car for about 4 or 5 days now, which is almost a week. And although I was very impressed by how it looks and the interior and especially the sound, my problem was how it drives. Acceleration is not instant. It almost takes 5 seconds for it to spring into action and remember, hey, we're actually being summoned to move. There is definitely a lag in power, and I also do think it's largely underpowered. It is a 1.2 turbo petrol with a 7-speed automatic dual transmission, and it will give you 88 kilowatts. It feels, very underpowered. I've got my foot down. I'm going on an incline right now, and it almost has a lag, and then it starts going. But the great thing is that once it starts rolling, once it starts driving, it's very seamless. And I think if you do want it just to have a little bit more torque, instant power, you can put it into sport. And it took like 2 seconds, jumped into sport, and now we have exactly the kind of power we need. I do think, however, I really would love to feel how the manual transmission feels. I do think that it will drive much better than the automatic transmission. So fuel efficiency, I have now been sitting on 12 liters per 100 kilometers, which is not so good. I have managed to get it down to about 8.5, not quite at the claimed 6 liters per 100 that Tata says the Curvv can do. So starting price for this car is 350,000 Rand for the 1.2 litre turbocharged pure model, which is the base model. And then you have the creative, and that will cost you 420,000 Rand. And finally, you have this, the Accomplish, at 520,000 Rand. Half a mil does feel a little bit hefty, but you also are getting a lot of tech in this car. You are getting a lot of safety features in this car, which I should mention is ABS with EBD. You also have hill assist, you have cruise control, you have 6 airbags, and a 5-star NCAP safety rating. Does feel quite nice to drive. I do think the suspension is also quite good in this car. And in terms of cabin noise, well-insulated cabin, you don't hear a lot of the wind noise. It really does not feel cheap. It does feel like they've come out and put some good materials together. I mean, it's not altogether perfect, it's not altogether luxurious, but I do think that what they have done is enough to suffice and say you have a really, really good quality car. The Tata Curvv is by no means a perfect car, and it definitely has some small issues that can be overlooked if you are shopping in this segment. And talking about the segment, it is up against some heavy hitters from Kia and Hyundai, which are well established. But I do think if you are shopping in this segment, it definitely is worth a consideration because it does stand out from the rest.